Welcome back, Video Creeps. Today we're going to be reviewing the movie Puppet Master, The Littlest Reich. Because having 12 movies in a franchise isn't enough. I am a fan of the Puppet Master movies. That said, being completely honest with you guys, I have not seen them all. Just to the Puppet Master name itself, there's so many. And that's not including the movies that they did with like demonic toys and shit. Some people out there really love Puppet Master. And to you guys out there who love it, I'm so glad that you have it. Go demon Nazi puppets! But if you aren't as familiar with the Puppet Master franchise, Puppet Master The Littlest Reich is the perfect place for you to jump in. It is a reboot of the franchise from Fangoria magazine. And it's actually the first movie in their Fangoria Presents series, so that's kind of cool that they were able to reboot a beloved franchise like Puppet Master. This movie stars Thomas Lennon, who you guys might know from Reno 911, and other supporting character roles that he's played over his career. In this one, he plays Edgar, and he is the leading role in this film, which is nice to see him in that kind of role for once. Although you watch this film, and you miss the short shorts. Nelson Franklin is in this, who you might know from The Office. He plays the IT guy who's constantly shit on. He wears the glasses. And another notable face that you might recognize is Charlene Yee, from like Paper Heart and Knocked Up. I always enjoy her whenever I get to see her in a film. The other notable actress that's in this that puppet fans might be excited to see is Barbara Crampton. She comes back and plays a much bigger role in this one as the badass officer who's going around killing puppets. You might remember her from the first film as the girl at the carnival. Just to give a little background on what Puppet Master is all about, Puppet Master 1 was about a group of sidekicks who have to go against their former colleague who has stumbled on a box of killer puppets. But when they go to the mansion to confront him, the puppets come out and kill everybody. Although it is a reboot of the original movie, it goes in a completely different direction. And honestly, it's one that I don't mind at all. Andre Toulon is still in this movie, and he's still like a magical Nazi, or whatever you puppet fans love. But there's no sidekicks in this movie. And the mansion is swapped out for a hotel. What's going on in Puppet Master The Littlest Reich is Edgar's character returns home after a messy divorce to his parents' house. And while in his parents' house, in his dead brother's room, he finds a puppet, who indeed was one of the creations of Andre Toulon. He looks up the puppet online and he finds out that there's actually a convention going on where they will be auctioning off all of Andre Toulon's magical puppets. He takes his best friend who works at a comic book store with him and his new girlfriend, who he gets in the span of like 5 minutes, and they all go to this auction together. However, once they get there, everybody's puppets go missing. And once again, the puppets are on a murderous rampage. Just like what we've come to expect from a Puppet Master movie. So like I said before, I have not seen every single installment in the Puppet Master franchise. I've definitely seen the first 9, because I own the DVD that comes with the first 9. But I have to say that Puppet Master The Littlest Reich has the best kills I've ever seen in a Puppet Master movie. When you talk about the strength of this film, it is impossible not to bring up the blood and gore in this movie. It is next level shit. Babies are being ripped out of pregnant women's bellies, and Achilles' heels are being ripped apart. People's guts are going everywhere. It is by far the bloodiest installment in any Puppet Master film that I've ever seen, and I couldn't be happier about it. The dolls in this movie look awesome as well. Because it is a reboot, they all do look slightly different. They all kind of have a slight update, but it's not so far updated that you can't recognize the original characters anymore. Say in the most recent Child's Play, for example, if you look at that Chucky doll without the overalls, I would not be like, oh yeah, that's a Chucky doll. In this, it's hard to see Blade and not think immediately that that's Blade, so that is good. What some people might not like about this, especially if you're a big Puppet Master fan, is that a lot of the original puppets don't show up in this one. Like the Joker does not show up. The Leech Woman does not show up. However, there are new puppets that they introduce, who upon explaining should be totally cringy and lame, but they're not. They really hold their own in this film in a cool way that makes me like them. There's a cool like clown frog puppet that's jumping around, and like one with like a helicopter for a hand that like slashes and shit. There's another one that's like a weird bug cricket type thing. Again, they sound lame, but they're not. For a reboot, this movie is fucking awesome. And it looks really cool as well. This is such a stylish film. From the intro credits that are kind of like a comic book animated style, with those deep reds and deep blacks. The way that it's filmed, I really like. There's a lot of really positive things in this new Puppet Master reboot. That said, there are things that did leave me disappointed. One of the bigger things is the ending of this film. I understand that they're trying to build up something for a second movie. Again, they're trying to rebuild the franchise, so I understand where you wouldn't want to give it all away at once. However, I do think that this ending could have had more infused into it. But that said, I'm still interested in what's gonna come from this franchise. I do hope that Thomas Lennon's character comes back for the Puppet Master series going forward. I am interested in Fangoria continuing to carry this series as well. The character who plays Edgar's girlfriend on screen was a lot of fun too. I like her kooky, fun, I'm gonna walk a cat on a leash vibe. I thought it was great. So I do hope to see more of her going forward as well. In summation, if you guys have not seen Puppet Master The Littlest Reich, or any Puppet Masters at all, I definitely think it's a series that's worth diving into. If you like more modern films, then Puppet Master The Littlest Reich is the place to start. But if you want to dig in a little deeper, the 1989 version is also incredible. And it stays incredible up until about 6. But those are opinions for another review at another time. That's going to be it for this review. Make sure that you're subscribing and you're hitting the bell so that way you know when the next one is going to be uploaded. And I will see you at the next upload, video creeps. Peace.